They said money change niggas. If you a real nigga, ain't gonna change much about you. But it will bring some snakes around you. Pray for counsel when you find out what that cake amount to.
Let's go.
Lord, I'm so thankful for your blessing. I ain't stressing cause I'm focused on the cash route. Say he's still working overtime, but I pay him no mind, and that's probably what he mad about. I be hopping on planes, touching clouds while these haters and these thirsty ass bitches trying to grab clout. Praying to you please keep the police off me if I ever gotta take one of their ass out.
Turn smack rapper, only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.
Now I'm back in South Central though, so I'm hanging out with guys that's low riding, robbing, pimping, selling dope, and I got to figure out what I'm gonna do with myself.
Right. So, what did you do? Did you join the Hoovers?
Nah. I was too old for Crippin' then. I was 18 years old.
That's not too old.
Back then, probably was.
Back then it was.
Yeah. For somebody with by me playing tennis, I've been in people that was multi-billionaire houses. You know, I played tennis in their backyard. I was little in high school, so the coach used to set me up with rich kids and their parents, where their parents would pay me to come over and play with their kids. You know, $20, $30 an hour. And I would just hit balls with them and work them out. Mm-hmm. So I'd already saw this, and I wanted more. Mm-hmm. You know, I see these big old houses. They tennis court house. They had tennis courts in their backyard, and the house for the tennis court was bigger than my mama's house. Mm-hmm. So I'm starting to be like, no, I don't want what I'm seeing in the hood. You know, I want what I'm seeing in Beverly Hills.
Right.
You know, I want to. Now that I just don't want to be drove home in a convertible Rolls Royce. I want a convertible Rolls Royce. I want a Mercedes Benz. And those desires just kept staying there. They didn't leave, even though I was no longer in a position, because I thought tennis was going to bring me all that. But when I was no longer in a position, I didn't lose those desires. I kept those desires there.
So you took the things that you saw, you created your ambitions, decided what you wanted. Tennis was no longer the option. What did you shift to?
Stealing cars first. My partners, who I told you I grew up with, they were already low riding when I came back. When I came back to the hood, they were low riding. So I go to a low rider's hop, what they call it in LA, where all the cars come together and the girls and everything. And I see it and I'm like, oh, I want one of these. So what I do, I did like I always did. I started going around asking everybody, how you get that car? How you get that car? I ran into one dude, and this in my book too. Most of the stuff is in my book.
Right.
And I ran into a guy named Dirty Benny, and he told me to come by his house. He started me off as his driver. You know, he would steal the car, I would drive it wherever he wanted dropped off. He'd give me $50. So
now back then, $50 could get you what?
I bought my first lowrider for $100.
$100?
Lowriders?
No, we talking about the 30-cent burgers and shit like that. Like that's what was going on at that time.
Shit.
Yeah, 35-cent tacos.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like slice of pizza.
$10 now.
When money meant something.
Right. So $50.
Oh my God. You brought a car for $100.
Convertible.
Convertible.
What year was that?
Probably like 78, 79.
Yeah.
And Yikes.
Yikes. How many cars did you figure out it would take to get you what you wanted?
Oh, we started doing like 3-4 cars a night.
3-4 a night. $150.
But then I went from being the driver to where I learned how to start the cars myself. You know, he taught me how to start the cars. I got to where I could take the cars apart. You know, I could take a car apart. Me and him could take a car apart in like 45 minutes. We take everything off the car, 45 minutes. So Benny wound up going to jail. And when he went to jail, I just took over his whole operation. All the body shops that he sold parts to, I knew all of them. I had my own body shop. When 18, 19, I had my own body shop where I would take cars in, strip them down, and then take the parts. And the same thing that he did with me, I started doing with all my little homies. I paid them $50 to drive the car. So we would go steal 7, 8 cars a night sometimes.
7, 8 cars a night.
Yeah. I went harder than Benny did.
We about to turn this up.
Yo. Yeah,
Get that lazy shit.
I put on rocket shit. I had like 3 or 4 drivers.
3 or 4 drivers. Wow. Damn. Okay. By this time, I'm guessing Mama's okay.
No, she don't see me no more. I stay at my body shop. I'm living in my body shop.
But you taking care of Mom?
Not really. No. I ain't really. Right now, I'm stuck on this car. This car got me like sprung, like sick with it. Like everything I get go into this car.
Does she know what you're doing?
Yeah, I keep my car in her yard. Because you got to keep the car secure because they'll steal it. So I'm keeping my car in her yard and she see me working on it and everything. She cool with that. She didn't have no problem. The first time she had a problem with me with the cars is when I started selling cocaine. But she didn't know that I was selling cocaine. I guess she had heard some whispers from the neighbors, probably talking about he was involved with cocaine. And so what I do is I start taking all my parts off my car, selling them. Because I started to understand that the more money I had, the cheaper and the more cocaine I could get. Because it got to where like I could go buy an ounce of coke from the valley. I was paying like $3,300, and when I get it back to LA, it was worth $9,000. So I want to buy as many of them as I can get. I'm taking everything I got, putting it toward.
And the more money you had, the more the price went down.
Yeah.
Right.
When did you decide to switch over from cars to coke?
Shit, when I got my body shop got raided.
So this is okay. All right, cool. All right, this ain't an option no more. You just move to the next thing.
Yeah, they raided my. It was crazy, right? We in there stripping cars. We got about 7, 8 cars in there. We stripping about seven of us. And my shop got the big window lights. Window roof. Where it let the sun in, so you don't have to use the lights during the daytime. And we see the helicopter with the lights on, flashing on our building, and they're like, "Oh man, they on us."
Well, what did you expect? Doing 8 cars a night.
They wasn't on us though.
After a month, that's 200 and what? 40 cars?
We tripped ourselves out, right? They wasn't really on us. All we had to do was just sit still. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, we think they own us, but they not on us. So we all go to the door. We come to a huddle. We like, man, let's everybody make a break for it. See who get away. And we don't know the police got the whole neighborhood surrounded. Somebody had snatched the lady's purse.
Had nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with us.
Nothing to do with the cars.
But y'all panicked.
Not at all.
And they flushed you out.
We only like 18 years old, 19 years old. We kids. We ain't never did nothing like this before. This is all new to us. I just picked this up. I picked it up and I brought it to them. You know what I'm saying? So they don't really know. None of us really know what we was into.
Right.
So we all get it though. We break. I break first. Helicopter put the spotlight on me everywhere I go, right?
Right.
I run, I get tired, fall out. They grab me, throw me in the car, take me around to the lady. Lady's like, "Oh, no, that ain't him." Then the police, they said, they're like, "Man, this dude was running hard for some reason." So they asked the helicopter, "Where did he come from?" They said, "Oh, he came from that shop." So they figured I was breaking in the shop. So, but I got the keys to the shop and we locked the door when we left out. So they was like, "You breaking in that shop?" I was like, "No, that's my shop." They can't believe it's my shop, right? They're like, "Nah, y'all breaking in there." So they just go to the door, take my keys, open the door, search the building. see all the cars cut up. So they're like, oh, they in there, they got a chop shop going on. So they take us all to jail. And when I get out, I'm out on bail. My mom bailed me out. So I'm out on bail, and I can't steal cars no more. So now I don't have no hustle.
No tennis, no more cars. Then there's...
So then one of the homies who went off to college to play football, he called me. He's like, man, I'm coming home. I got something I want to show you. So he came home, and I've been hearing about coke already because all the pimps have been talking about it. You know, because I sell parts to the pimps too. You know, like they buy the grills, the tires, and stuff for their cars. So I've been hearing them talk about it, but had never saw it. So he come home and he showed me cocaine for the first time. And he tell me how much it was worth, and he gave me a little sample.
You tried it?
Yeah, I took it, tried to sell it. And,
try it.
You didn't try it at all?
No, I didn't try. I never, at that time, I never drunk a beer, never smoked a cigarette, had never saw weed. I'd seen people smoke it, but I had never actually seen what it looked like. I was a square really. You know, I was a tennis player. I'm still a tennis player, you know. I just ain't playing tennis no more.
Right.
So you're stealing cars. You're not a stealing cars. You're stealing cars and running a chop shop. You are not a square anymore.
Right.
Well, I felt I was still a square because I didn't really understand the business that I was in, you know. But yeah, maybe I wasn't a square.
You knew you were stealing cars.
No, I knew I was stealing cars, but I just didn't understand the magnitude that I was looking at 21 years in prison.
Yeah. How did you get out of it? How did you get out of that? You got bailed out?
My mom bailed me out. I went down. I found this legal aid system that where you can get a lawyer for free. You know, they had
that's like a youthful offender or something like that, right?
Nah, I wasn't no youth. I was grown. 18 years old, you grown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I found this legal aid thing that they was doing where they had these lawyers that was in training. So I went down and I talked to one of them, and because I didn't like what the public defender was talking about, and I couldn't afford to hire an attorney. And I got this guy named Larry Williams to take my case, right? And he was like, so you gave him your keys? I was like, yeah. He said, they didn't ask you for permission to search your place? And I was like, no, they never asked me for permission.
Illegal.
He was like, we're going to beat this case.
Illegal search.
So he got it for illegal search and seizure.
Everything they find.
There wasn't no warrants.
Is irrelevant. Everything they find, they can't present.
Yeah, and they should have believed me when I told them it was my place. You know, it wasn't their position that, you know, this 18-year-old kid can't have his own place. And that's the way they took it. So the case got kicked out. But before the case got kicked out, I needed a hustle. So I started selling cocaine. That's how I started selling cocaine. The first rock I got beat out of it. The first tester that he gave me, I got beat out of that. But that guy brought me my first customer. And the rest was history. I mean, it went from that one customer to my boy Ali was in jail at the time. You know, Ali was my partner.
Right.
So I was still just being a runner for Mike, you know, the guy who brought it down from San Jose. And I was just doing it for him. I wasn't even making no money off of it. When Ali got out of jail, I was doing at that time about $300 a day. I was, you know, about $300 a day was coming through my little thing. And I told Ali what was going on, and I was like, man, from what I understand, you can get an 8-track for $350, $375. If we had an 8-track, we could start our own pack. So I was like, man, if you start the car, I'll strip it to get the money.
Right.
So that night, right after he got out of jail, we went looking for a car. And we found one. He stripped it down, got the wheels off of it, the front end. We sold them, got the $350, and that was the last time I was broke.
We're going to take a 5-minute break.
Why you giving me mixed signals? Let's be honest, you want some dick in you. Or you don't. I don't know. Baby, you
Stop playing